Weird. All right, I'm learning things. If I just thumbs up a comment, but don't hit the heart, I tend to do both always, because if I like a comment, why the hell wouldn't I love a comment? But if I just hit the thumbs up, then when I refresh the page, look, it still stays. But if I hit the X, wait, where did the heart ones go? Wait! There are other comments that I responded to, and now it's not showing me. YouTube is such a pain. I swear, there are comments that I responded to, a whole bunch of them, and now they're not showing up, and it's bugging me. This is why I don't respond to comments. Now it's missing all of my comments. There were a bunch of them, not just from Bozy Dark Os. Why do I struggle with your name? It's Ostowski. I'm just going to say Bozy. But that feels like I'm saying Bozo, which feels like I'm insulting you, which I don't mean to be doing unless I'm trying to insult you. There are other comments. Held doesn't have anything. Viewer posts, mentions. I hate the YouTube. What the hell is this? This is me mentioning me. That's me saying I have another channel and I was moving stuff over here. I mentioned myself 9 months ago, a bunch. That was probably like when I started this channel. Maybe. Comments. I don't think people actually paid attention to that. Published. Why isn't it working? There's no filter right now. Response status, unresponded. I hate YouTube comments. Okay. Can you do like a 2-sentence of the characters in Backpack Battles? Like, do they have special builds? They do. That are only available to them, kind of. You can kind of do any build with any other, but not completely. The mobile game version that was probably inspired by this has specialized builds based on the character. Yeah, this one does, except you can get items that are exceptions to that give you access to the other character's items. No need to explain the items when you hover over them. Pause to read. Okay, cool. Can you explain what you're doing, thinking, and planning? I can try to. I forget a lot of the time. But I should do that anyways, and I never do. I need to get in the habit of explaining my thought process more. But that would be a really good habit for me to get into, not just with this game, but with like all games. So, quick rundown on the characters. This character is supposed to... Okay. Even before the rundown on the characters, every character can come with 2 different bags. For whatever reason, the dev is very immature, and they decided to give this one's bag pants and put a banana in the pants. It is what it is. Okay, so the 2 different bags have slightly different build styles, but in general, or you can just do random, which is what I do. And random does give you an advantage. You get to start with a star item, which is kind of good. But this character, this bag does healing stuff, lots of healing stuff, and it gives you a good amount of space early, and it wants nature items. So these ones, that green leaf tag, they're nature items. So you start with 2 nature items, which is nice. This one wants to do crit stuff. So it just wants to do a big burst of damage. It's built around luck a little bit, and luck just gives you crit chance. So there are 2 different strategies with this one, the healing one and the crit one. This character's a pain. Fire Pit. Fire Pit is crap. What does Fire Pit do? It eats your gold to give you a flame, which are these, which take up space. I like flames a lot, but early game, they're not that good. It does give you max HP, but max HP doesn't do damage, so you just end up dying slower. Fire Pit is considered one of the weakest bags. Late game, I think it's fine, but early game, it's kind of a pain. Offering Bowl is amazing. Offering Bowl, you just put items into this, it consumes them, it gives you a flame, kind of like the other one, but it also gives you random items. The problem with this one is you have no space. If we look at the difference, space, you do start with 2 of these bags though. Still, because you want to be feeding items to this, you end up with no space. So this character, you generally just want to build a bunch of heat, because this gives you heat, the other bag gives you heat. And then somehow you want to convert the heat, which speeds up all of your other items, You want to convert that heat into damage, or into healing, but usually damage. I build damage builds more than I build defense builds, which is probably why I'm not like master rank. This character is new, nobody knows what the hell we're doing with this character. This book can give you a lot of HP. I don't know what this bag does. It does something with mana. It does lots of mana things. The weird thing with mana is you can basically convert mana into a little bit less buffs of other kinds. But why wouldn't you just make the buffs of other kinds directly? I don't know. Mana's weird. It's kind of good. It's kind of a pain. You just end up with tons of buffs, basically, with this character. Puzzle box. Nobody knows what the hell's going on with puzzle box. Puzzle box means that you get weird shaped bags and you have to think a lot. But it's kind of good. And again, you just end up doing mana and lots of buffs. Mana and lots of buffs. This one is supposed to be built around either poison or vamp, I would say. This one is for poison. It gives you a good amount of space. Whenever it activates, it has 25% chance to poison the enemy. The main thing is, Struggles is one of the options. Snake is one of the options. Struggles is defensive. You remove all the enemy stuff, you put lots of debuffs on them, and you just wait for them to die to fatigue, or to the debuffs, pretty much. And you remove their stuff. I think I said that. Relic Case. Relic Case doesn't do anything. Relic Case was amazing when it first came out, then they nerfed it, and now weapons have just gotten so many buffs that this thing is too slow. So it doesn't have much effect. Like late game, it could have an effect on weapons, but there are other ways to affect them that are stronger. Early game, gaining 5% damage on a weapon that does 1 to 3 damage is nothing. Reducing its stamina, it's kind of almost something. I don't know. Relic Case was once strong and now it's not. Berserker is considered way too strong a lot of the time. Berserker does things with this bag when it drops to half health. So right now it does a lot of damage reduction, but it also just speeds up items that are in the bag, and all of the items that are class specific have something built around being in battle rage. So when they drop to half health, you go into battle rage for like 4 seconds, 5 seconds, somewhere in there. So you build around getting knocked down to half health with this bag. With this one, you just have to wait 5 seconds. So you wait 5 seconds, go into battle rage, and try to blow up the enemy. Except in reality, it's no longer trying to blow up the enemy. You become kind of a tank, either at half HP or whenever you enter battle rage. This one gives lifesteal in battle rage. The pants are actually pretty good early because they increase weapon damage by 30%, but they also slow down the weapons. So you just end up getting way more damage for the same amount of stamina. So it's easy to take 2 or 3 weapons, throw them in the pants, blow up the enemy. Problem is, this missing square messes with builds like crazy. Adventurer is weird. Bag of Giving is amazing. It just whatever gold you don't spend, it gives you amazing items. That's it. It also gives you stamina, which is nice. But the main thing, you don't spend your money. This can give you crafted items for free early, and it can give them to you from any class. So this item, you're going to lose the first round or 2 probably, but then round 3, you could just have a completely broken board. That doesn't even make sense. I think this is way too strong. This is the reason this is my highest level character, is that bag is broken. This bag is stupid. It gives you twine. Maybe twine is good. I don't know. I haven't thought about it enough. It's a weird shape. It speeds up crafted items by 15%. Nobody cares. And it gives them a 15% chance to duplicate buffs. That was way too much, but it's me thinking about characters while I try to explain them. So this is useful to me too. Sack of Surprises. We go random. I should click. I don't know if you need to click Sack of Surprises, or if just hitting dice means that everything's random, but I like to set them to that. All right, so we hit new ranked game. We end up with Pyro. We have Relic Case. This is the strongest item in the game. But it's not particularly strong on this character. The reason this is strong, start of battles in this game are broken, because you can do things before the other opponent can even respond. So Sack of Surprises, taking the random, means that the items that I get at the start are random. So without that, I would have gotten, I forget what, something. And I get this star, which means that we have a greater chance of finding uniques, but we also use less stamina. So difficult decisions. This weapon's kind of crappy. This can be amazing, and it's on sale. Always buy the sales, because they can sell back. Always buy 1 gold. There is a build for this character with Vampire. That build wants regen, because you can convert regen to Vampire. But this is 4 gold, it's really expensive. It would be sitting in the bag, basically, until round 7. That's a long time to have a worthless item in the bag. This is crappy. But it's amazing with this if I can get some armor for this. This needs 40 armor to give this 1 empower. What I'm looking for is gloves. Gloves can make Wolverine claws. Claws of attack, which are pretty decent. This can make Shell Totem. Can also make Shell E, and it's on sale. Shell Totem is only good with other weapons, but it drinks tons of stamina, which makes it weird, because other weapons also want stamina. It is affected by Relic Case. Torch is like a middling weapon. So you can combine the coal plus the sword. It ends up being a 5 gold item that does 2 to 3 damage, but has a small chance to gain. It's not that good. Lit Torch is okay, because it gives starting heat, but I don't have a way to light it. I think I buy this and roll again. Or I take this for what? Because I have a sand. So with the broom, if the opponent misses, you do 2 extra damage. And if the opponent misses, they don't do damage to you. So with the sand, that item is kind of decent. Most weapons have like 90% chance to hit, around there. This lowers it to 85. And when I hit them, I can inflict more blind. It kind of works. Kind of. So I would speed this up. I don't need the rock. I only bought the rock because it's free. It sells back for the same gold you bought it for. Could roll once, but rolling early doesn't feel as good as rolling at later rounds when you have a better chance of finding better items. We win this one because Puzzle Bag is crap and they didn't find the max HP book. This is my... I say everything's my favorite item. I love this item. I love this item. This makes you a pyro, basically. Pyromancer items are offered in the shop, but it also gives you 6 flame for free, which is 12% speed up to all items, which is amazing. The chance of seeing high-level items is not that high yet. So if I could spend 9 gold on this. One nice thing about this heat, that 12% speed up, it even speeds up this bag that every 2.8 seconds makes weapons better. So I think heat is really good with Relic Case. Banana gives stamina, but it takes up a ton of space. I have to choose between... There are 3 choices in my mind. So Spike Shield is a way to make an 8 gold shield that does prevent 9 damage 30% of the time for melee, reduces their stamina, which can really screw up opponents, and spikes are strong against a few builds that are popular right now. Mainly Dagger Hammer. Hammer Dagger. Pig is economy if I already feel strong, but it takes up space. It's a little bit hard to take Pig just because I'm already invested in a bunch of crap that doesn't really help me. If I can get it 4 stars, it's worth 8 max HP, which is significant early game. I can get it 3 stars easily. How do I get it the 4th star? By switching this with this. Putting that right there, that right there. All right, let's do it. 4 stars. Stone, in theory, has synergies with Amulet of Steel. So I kind of want to keep it. I'm more inclined to keep it than to sell it a lot of the time. Spear is strong, but not as strong as this. We should win easily. Spear shreds armor, but only if you leave open stars for it. And it just does like decent damage for the first few rounds, then it falls off. Unless you can make it a poison spear, in which case it's amazing. So false life is a broken item. Items give plus 20% maximum health. That's kind of nice. Overheal. Gain the overheal as maximum health. This is really good with armor, because normally any healing I find is just garbage. So that makes me more inclined to make this into a shell totem. The reason for that, shell totem heals 8 HP every 3.6 seconds. Is that right? Yeah. But if you're above 70% max HP, oh, so the healing doesn't really work with false life, but still it gives you empower, which makes other weapons stronger. No, I don't want that. It does make the shell a little bit better though. It's always false life. Thorn Burst can give stuns. This gives more damage, but it takes 12 seconds unless you have a bunch of daggers. It's just too slow. This one. This one because I want a bunch of armor. Alright, take it. And it's a healing item. It's not a particularly good healing item, but it's something. Plus, this character has a lot of dark stuff, and this one works with dark. Mainly, though, this is just strong. So one thing I can do is I can take this out when I roll, and I won't see flames in the shop. Sometimes I want to see flames. Flames, they're decent. They're like slightly better stones, I don't know. I overvalue flames. Second spike is better than one spike, but it's pretty crappy. Flames are nice because they're easy pig activators too. They have a start of battle. This one is tricky. I'm trying to think. So with Amulet of Steel, this works really well with dragons. Dragons are expensive, they take 2 turns to hatch. They want to combine with the card that you get from this. But you don't always get the card. I think I'm just going to make this. Making the Hero Sword can make a Steel Goober, which gives armor, which works well with the Amulet of Steel. The cards are tricky. The 2 luck is also good because I said most items have like 90% accuracy. 2 luck gets you to 100% accuracy on most weapons, if they don't have blind. So I could roll right now, or I could save my gold because it's worth more next turn. It's worth more next turn. I don't expect to see much in the shop that I can buy for 3 gold that would help me with my space already kind of full. That's not true though. I can sell this, I can sell this. There's a lot that could help. Start the battle. Let's hope to get a really good shop. Like this turn would be amazing. Shovel's not that strong. This is strong. They might have stamina problems. I have stamina problems. I don't have healing. My stamina problems will reduce as time goes on. But we don't have that much time. Fatigue's just gonna kill. So I lose that one. I think I mostly lost that to the shield. Neither of us did much damage. They have blood manipulation. They did more damage than me, but still, 4.6 per second against 5.9 per second. We're both doing very little. The shield preventing damage. It's only 30% of the time, but still. That means that I'm wasting stamina. Whenever it does prevent the damage, it prevents the whole hit. This is a crazy late game item. But it's not very good right now. Late game, it's amazing. Still a little bit tempting with the amulet. I can't take it. The burning sword does more damage, but uses more stamina. And it's good as soon as I get 7 heat. But that's not true if I upgrade. I might just make it right now. So I have the 7 heat right now. Burning sword. The main thing is it does 2 to 4 damage. The regular whatever sword. This one. Hero sword. No, it also does 2 to 4 damage. Wait, I thought that it did more damage. Oh, this one gives +1 damage to this, but if you have 7 heat, this one does 2 to 4 damage, and it gains 1 damage itself, so it actually does 3 to 5 damage. So it's slightly better at the cost of way more stamina use, and a slower cooldown. The big thing is, as you get more heat, this one becomes better, and it saves you 2 space, kind of. But, I don't know. It's weird. So I could take this coal, light the coal on fire, and that would be the equivalent of 2 more heat after 5 seconds. And it cleanses 3 debuffs, which is kind of good. I'm going to take it. The real reason I'm taking it is because I have an open gem slot, so you can always just throw that in there. It doesn't give much benefit, but it gives enough that it's nice having items that take up no space. Second pig is questionable. Because I have false life, 2 shells are better than 1, especially when it's on sale. This only healed 5, now we heal for 16 after 5 seconds. And the healing can't be wasted because of false life. It's actually worth more if it overheals. Alright, ideally I would move this pig and put these stones so that they're touching the sword so that they get +1 damage. We can do that. I still want to light this coal. That's a little bit tricky. So let's move that over here. Move that over here. Put the sand right there. Perfect. Could light 2 coals, but I don't have enough flame for it. Kind of want this banana. Only kind of. Whetstone is questionable. So I would need 1 more whetstone to make the hero longsword, which will become whatever it's called. How do I make the other one show up? It'll become the better sword. The problem with the better sword is it wants more than 7 heat. But we're gonna get more heat. I'm already lighting a coal. The other option is, I was looking at doing a steel goobert. I could just do steel goobert right now. Steel goobert works pretty well with this amulet of steel. And it works well with stones if I find a bag of stones. Alright, I'm gonna do that. So that means I'm not making the flaming sword. Flaming sword was like just takeable. Do need this star. Could get rid of the pig. If I get rid of this, then what? Then I would still need to get rid of the pig to buy this speed bag. Speed bag would be kind of nice. Okay, I still have the broom. There's an argument for sand. Oh, I just moved that stone. I did not mean to move the stone, but I do want to light the coal. Game is tricky. So I'm trying to get start of battles for the goobert so that it's 2/5 of the way to healing me for 9. But I also want the pig max HP, especially because I get a little bit extra. But I also want to light the coal. Alright, I'm going to take away 1 damage from one of these stones. I don't need this whetstone anymore. This one's going to be difficult to fit. I am saving 2 space, but in general, it's going to be hard to ever fit this in. I don't plan on doing spike things, but I could. I'm going to get rid of it by the sand, even though it's weird and I can't fit it. Could fit it. I get rid of a flame if I already have stamina problems, which I do. Good enough for me. So now I can start doing something with the Amulet of Steel, in theory. If the Goobert goes off 3 times, I gain 1 in power. Which will be really good if I get Bag of Stones. Bag of Stones want luck, though. Because these only have 70% accuracy default. Look at all the blind on them, but they have a lot of spikes. Good news about the spikes. Spike damage in this game is limited to the amount of damage that you do, unless they have an item that increases it, which they don't. So I only do 3 to 6 and 4 to 7, so this 18 is kind of just wasted on me. Whatever damage I do, they return to me, but I have more healing than them, because of this Goobert. If we look at healing, neither of us are doing much damage again. I'm doing very little, 3.7 per second. They're doing 7.1. But if we go to healing, I'm healing 4.7, which is like just enough. Okay, no, I'm healing 4.4 per second. Goobert does a good amount. False Life does a little bit. These shiny shells do a little bit. How much healing are they doing? None. No, they do 16. 16 versus 91. Healing difference. They also just don't do much damage. And they took that cap that I said is good late game. They took it too early. Alright, so now I really need Bag of Stones. This one does give a small amount of armor, and it's an activator for this. I'm gonna buy it. Not gonna take banana, because we're down to 1 stamina using item. Always take the space. 3rd shell is questionable, but it's good. Wait, Bag of Stones is right there. I'm blind. Alright, Bag of Stones is amazing. So the Goobert enhances weapons that are above it, but it wants to be activated from the sides, above or below. So really, I would put the stones below it. I'm going to be buying this Bag of Stones. I just have to figure out how. So activators, that's a good activator, but it wants to be in this bag if it can. That's difficult. So this bag would make the stones gain 5% damage. It's nice to add the percent damage plus the flat damage from this. But this just speeds them up, which is also good. Speeding up the broom is also good, because then I get to put on more blind. Tough decisions. This can count as an activator if I'm gaining armor quick enough, but you have to gain 40 armor to activate this. So later, this can be a crazy activator for this. We did take this garlic. So 2 items right now can gain me armor. Do I just get rid of the pig? It's either get rid of the pig or get rid of the flames, but right now, the flames have a lot of value because I only have the 1 weapon, so stamina's a non-issue. Stones don't use stamina. A lot of this, I think, is similar in that mobile game. A lot of it. So we have a lot of heat. That shell has a ton of value because of the false life. More value than 1 flame. Yep. I'm not doing the vamp. I could do a vamp build because I have false life. I don't really want to, though. It's still not a priority. Anything else to consider? That's it. I could try to get a different activator to go on the side and then put this up top, but I don't have another activator. Start the battle. Stones could be the activator, but I like them below. So the stones will gain damage. We have a little bit of healing. This is a strong weapon for this early in the game. And Goobert's a good healer. But they don't have stamina for 2 weapons. Luckily, it's this one that keeps honking. They should have got rid of the broom. They're making it into a weapon that uses a little bit less stamina, though, so they'll be better next turn. But all of their damage probably came from this, even though this was the one using all of their stamina. So they would have killed me if they just left the broom out of the bag. Yeah, they did 87 damage with this. They did some damage with this. They did get to blind me, which is nice for them. But if we look at the stamina, the broom used 18, where if you just would have dumped 29 stamina into the ripsaw, they would have destroyed me. Ah, the vamp build. There are things to consider here. So I could go double broom, but it's a dead end. Double broom plus another sand could be an option. Oh, I could do a cold stick build. Cold sticks are really popular right now. I never build them. I don't know how they work. If I found another amulet of steel, it simplifies my life a bit. This one's decent, especially on sale. The main question is, do I pivot to vamp? Because there is a subclass item that's good with vamp. Or do I do cold sticks, which wants a ton of space? It works pretty well with a defensive build. I just wouldn't really gain anything from this anymore. No, I would. In power, cold sticks are good weapons. It's just weird. I'm going to take it because it's more fun. It's more interesting. Except it's not actually interesting because everybody's doing cold sticks right now, but it's interesting to me. I do want to see what this is, or I can buy these too. So this one is a random, and there's so many amulets at this point. Items. Amulets. The random that you can get is anything except for this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, no. 8 different amulets. So 1 in 8 chance to get this one, which is amazing for armor. Just as you get more of those, they become better. This one for extra healing and extra max health, which gets multiplied. This one for spikes, which spikes just destroy some enemies. If you can get this one, I think it's pretty good. Food is normally crap, but it's better if I have a chili on sale in the shop. It's amazing for food builds, it's crap for everything else. This has so many stars, I can't believe they haven't nerfed it. And it makes food so fast. If you get 2 of these, they speed up foods like crazy, and when you buy a food, you get to see another food for free. This one breaks the game, but only if you have something that uses buffs. The one that uses buffs, this one uses regen. In general, I want this. I no longer want this. This one gives 3 random buffs, and it does things with potions. I don't want that. So, I wasted 3 gold on a gamble. This can go into the broom, and then I can sell... If I sell 2 heat, I still can't fit. No, I could fit this sand. Alright, do it. Oh, I can make Sir Sand. I'm not going to do that, but Sir Sand might be good later. 3 blind and damage reduction for the first 7 seconds. It's a wild item, but I would need a second bag of stones. Alright, so we're looking for round 8. I don't know what skill I'm doing. I'm guessing I just do Mr. Struggles, which is like a fatigue debuff. Remove all of their buffs. Tobacco. Nobody really likes tobacco these days, which is good. They were building double axe, but they did not have their sword touching all of these, and they just have way too many weapons. Sell the spear at that point, have the sword touch both, but don't speed... yeah, don't speed up the sword. Just speed up a single axe, speed up the hammer, ditch the spear. They're out of stamina so quick, but they do a good amount of damage really quick too. Stamina. So as soon as they run out, it's like over for them. Damage dealt. They do a good amount until this point, which is when they start to honk. I'm also going to have stamina problems because I have double brooms. So I use 1.3 stamina per second. They use 0.7 plus 0.7, so 1.4, plus 0.6, so 2, plus, so they use 2.7. I use 1.3. But they do have 2 bananas, which generate a little bit. Just, this is a rough build. There's no reason to have that spear at this point. They're making a double axe, which is greedy. Like, double axe wants all of the stamina. Second bag of stones does not work great for this. Unless I get stoned on round 10. With 4 stones, you can make a golem. Golem is decent. Golem is expensive. Golem wants you to have 7 regen at the start of the battle. But if you make a golem and you have 7 regen at the start of the battle and you find stoned, it breaks the game. Not completely, but it's pretty solid. And I would already have 3. The problem is heart container takes up too much space. I don't have the regen and it's expensive. It's not on sale. You are on sale. Dagger's decent. Problem with dagger is it takes up space. But if I put a dagger in, it would get enhanced by this steel goobert. So would a stone, but you only get to throw the stone once. Could make molten dagger, which eats my heat, which is good if I have stamina problems. I do have stamina problems. I don't really want molten dagger. I would rather get a dagger that speeds up because we're adding flat damage to it. Molten dagger is a 3.5 second cooldown. Base dagger is a 3.5 second cooldown. Yeah. This dagger, 2.7, 2.4, 2.2. This one's hard to make. 2 seconds though, but hard to make. Especially, you need adventure basically to make that one. Potion on sale. I could make Shelly. Shelly's slow, but it's good if you're doing defensive. Oh, I can make Heat Shelly. Turbo Shelly would be amazing. Okay. On sale, and I already have the shells. Let's do it. And I need space. Blueberry's weird. So this is a 7-second cooldown. This is a 4-second. Blueberry is a 1 space, 3.5 second, and it speeds up the garlic and itself. I think I would actually take, like, all of these. Alright, to do that, do I put in the garlic right now? I don't need this stone. Alright, let's ditch the stone. Put in the blueberry. Let's move the false life. Next turn, we combine the potion with the shell. I like it. If I had the space, I could have bought the potion right now. So we're putting blind on them, trying to put more blind, but they're cleansing it somehow. They're cleansing it using this. No! Yes! We defeated a suicidal Pokemon. Barely. They have 24 heat. Because they're an actual pyro, I'm a fake pyro. Ever burning is one of the strongest things. Burning swords and burning blades, so this is a burning sword, use 60% less stamina. And after 4.73 seconds, it gets sped up by the heat. Gain 1 flame for each flame, so all of these are worth double. And you end up getting a lot of flames on this character. This is a broken item. This is a broken item. For some reason, they're putting them on this dagger instead of this sword. They beat me if they would have put them on that sword. So if they just switched the dagger in the sword place and said forget about the bird, then they beat me. But they didn't. And they could have had the bird hit both the dagger and the sword and the lamp. And they could have had the speed. Like, this is a poor setup. They should have won all day. My setup just isn't as strong as theirs. They had better items than me. Decisions. So this one is the correct answer right now. It takes up a lot of space. As soon as I drag it in, it's going to show me a 7 cost. Whatever. Either Mrs. Struggles or Giraffe. They're hard to buy. This is an easy to build one if you have 5 pets. Hard to see, there's another star out in front. Just gives you a bunch of HP, a bunch of luck. This one Gives you a bunch of life steal, which is sustain, which is really good with false life. But it wants you to do a lot of damage. And it wants you to have vamp synergies. Still, it gives 6 starting vamp too. This is the one I would have taken if I had done the vamp pivot. This one does debuff things like crazy. It's another weapon. So it would be able to go up here. It's difficult to get it to hit 2 items. Ideally, you want to use all of its stars. Its stars give you accuracy and crit chance per debuff on the enemy, and you inflict 2 debuffs on the enemy, and if you get the Stone Golem, daggers trigger whenever you stun them. Stone Golem stuns. It's always this one. Trying to act like it's not, but it's always this one. This one has been nerfed. No, Mrs. Struggles, which is the item that comes with this, has been nerfed. It's a 3-second cooldown, which is better than garlic. Let's do it. Space is my problem. And when you go into fatigue, so yeah, giraffe. I don't have luck for giraffe. Snowballs. So the plan was snow sticks. This one, I need to read about this anyways because I don't know what it does. On debuff, 25% chance to inflict the same debuff. So snow sticks, which is what I plan to make right now, debuff me. They do 3 frost to the opponent, 2 frost to me. So when I inflict the frost on myself, I might inflict even more frost to the opponent. And I can find ways to avoid the frost. So the main advantage is I know the frost is coming. They don't necessarily know it. So we're going to make 2 snow sticks. Because the snowman becomes 2 snowballs as soon as you buy it. I wanted to make a Shelly. I kind of want the gloves. Speeding up this stone is a little bit questionable because I don't have the accuracy for it, but it is a 0 stamina item. Dagger is a slow item. Thinking for a second. You really want this to have 2 stars that matter. Right now, that is not a star that matters. I could do this. It's still not really a star that matters. Chili's a star that matters. But now I'm breaking up my shells, which means that they have less benefit. I want this potion, ideally to be in this potion bag, but there's limited space. Aw. Snow sticks are weird. I was trying to think if I can put the snowballs above and below. I can, but I would have to use this bag. So this bag, when I drink a potion inside of it, it gives you 1 random buff, which isn't all that good, but it's a free thing. Free is nice. I have not done much with this Amulet of Steel. If I do that, then I can scoot things over, which would give me space if I had a potion bag over here, but I don't. Alright, let's think about that. There are ways around that. So, the way around that, we use this bag like this. We rearrange everything. This one fits right here. These fit right there. Fits right there. So now I can still put the snowballs over here. And in theory, this can do something. In practice, it's going to be tricky. Alright, it's going to be very tricky. In general, this one just isn't doing anything. That's fine. We're getting to speed up the dagger. Speeding up the dagger is nice. 95% accuracy versus 70% accuracy. I want this, and I want to speed up the chili. Ooh, but if I did it like this, then you also speed up the Goobert, kind of, because the Goobert goes off when I activate. So speeding up the chili here, even though it's slower than the blueberry, It has a little bit of extra benefit. Now what? Now I want to be making this Shelly. And look, potion is in the potion bag. Where's my other shells? Shell, we're making Shelly. We want to combine the Shelly with 2 flames to make Turbo Shelly. This one wants to see that, and it would like to see the garlic. Bam, we can do that. So now all that I'm missing is the blind and stamina reduction. Weapons use 5% less stamina. I do have stamina problems, so I do kind of want to put that in, but in place of what? A sand? Sands are good. The flames are weird. The giraffe. If you have luck, this just prints heat for you, which is amazing. Problem is, I don't have luck unless I hit 10 mana. This one is so good. It's a 2.1 second activator. But only if I have the luck, and I don't. I can't spend 7 gold and 2 space on an item that does nothing for me just because it's amazing as soon as I do find the luck. Steel Goober, they're making a super sword. They have uniquely unique, so this is going fast. The blind is really nice. Except they have luck, which counteracts blind. They have spikes. But their spikes don't do anything to stones. They do something to daggers and to brooms. So my brooms are about to become cold sticks. How do I have that much empower? I have that much empower because of Amulet of Steel, surprisingly. Is that true? YouTube just paused my music, which means that my mouse disappears. It's back. All right, so what do I want to check? I wanted to check where that empower's coming from. No! My empower came from the enemy. I was amazed if Amulet of Steel was giving that much. Alright, so Herald the Hateful Hat gains 5 random buffs for them and gives your opponent 5 random buffs every 3.06 seconds. And some of the buffs they gave me were empower, which helps because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weapons. So every empower gives me +1 damage on all of those weapons. Giraffe. Still not a giraffe. The blind has a little bit less value because these no longer do blind things. Now they do frost things. Stamina potion. I do use stamina, but I use less if I slow myself down. Stamina potion does speed up Shelly quite a bit. 15% faster for each potion, but as soon as I turn it into Turbo Shelly, 30% faster for each potion. I do like that idea. Just trying to think if it makes sense. I need to get 2 heat next to Shelly, which is a little bit tricky, because I have limited space. And I would like to keep my shells, but maybe I can't. Turbo Shelly is important to me. Like, ideally, I would still have these shells looking at Shelly as well. Because it's worth 3 extra healing, 3 whole healing. Star goes here. These ones do use a lot of stamina. Not really, though. 0.6 per second. The problem is I haven't found any max stam bags. I'm looking. So if I can find an easy way to give Shelly this potion and still make the heat Shelly, I would do that. But I don't see that way. Why don't I see that way? Partly because these bags are weird. I don't need these 2 shells. At some point, I could say forget the stones and just stop trying to do damage and just full blind them. Full blind them would be making Sir Sand. I really want this Shelly. To get this. I feel like I should be able to solve it. I'm going to buy this. Am I going to buy the sand? I'm going to buy the sand, and then I'm going to look for a bag. That's not the bag I was looking for, but it's fine. The heat is becoming better. The armor potion is surprisingly good with this. But I'm not really building around the Amulet of Steel. I think I'm going to sell the heat, buy this bag. With this bag, I should be able to solve the Shelly problem. Alright, to solve the Shelly problem, all I have to do is that. So now you get to see the bag, and we still get to make the Turbo Shelly. Ideally, I would also get a shell. Fine. So I get to choose between a random buff or... no. Nope, nope, nope. There's no choice. It would also save me 1 space if I combined these. But then I lose a lot of my damage. There's another chili. I am trying to do heat things. Chili's kind of awesome. The more heat you get, the more the chili does. And it does healing, which is good with false life. But it's expensive, and I don't have space. With Turbo Shelly, I'm really tempted to get this potion. There's also this potion, which works with debuffs, but it's not that good. The upgraded version of this potion is kind of amazing, but it's super expensive. This one, really good. Does damage, but the main thing is it does lifesteal and it stops you from dying. It's too expensive. 14 gold potion. This one, at least I get value out of it pretty quick. Hopefully. They're doing mana things. They'll do a little bit of damage if they get a lot of buffs. They're trying to get a lot of buffs, but they're getting frosted. So am I, but they're getting slowed down enough that this thing's attack speed is now like 3 seconds. So they're basically dead. Because I'm just going to put more and more frost. And fatigue should do more and more damage. Cool. That's the idea. So the only thing that really worries me now... Ooh, stoned is amazing. Stoned. Stoned or stone golem. Damage dealt gains 65% of the damage as block. And that block converts into empower, which makes the stones do more damage. And you take less damage. This is also very defensive. This one is This one works with a lot of dark items. And it just inflicts tons of debuffs, which we are doing debuffs. 20 debuffs, but it takes 17 seconds. There are lots of stars to speed it up, though. This one. So now, I need space. Okay, so I would like to make Sir Sand. Because I have another one of these. This is a unique, so it would be sped up by a happy cat. Shelly is not. Oh, the problem now is fitting stupid potions. In a way where Shelly gets to see 2 of them. Alright, let's go figure it out. In order to figure it out, this bag has to go somewhere useful. Alright. We're going to do this. Going to be a pain, but we're going to do it. The idea is put that there, put Shelly here. If a Shelly sees Shelly, the Shelly would be happy to see Shelly. This doesn't work. It doesn't work because I want the potions to double trigger. To get the potions to double trigger, it has to be a potion activating a potion. Could say forget the double trigger and just speed up Shelly. It doesn't make sense to me. Let's keep trying to figure this out. Alright, so I'm going to pause the video, figure out my stupid potion situation, and be right back. That was a tricky turn. All right, so I have everything that I want. The Shelly is seeing 2 potions. We're double activating this armor potion if I hit enough armor. So I have to hit 45 armor, which is a little bit tricky. With stoned, I think it's doable. I have a lot of things that can do it. One option would actually be, instead of speeding up the chili, speed up the garlic. It's a quicker item, it does give armor, and I do get benefit from the armor. Weird. I might do that. It's like a minor difference, but this is a big speed up. 100% faster for 8 seconds once health drops below 50%. I thought that was once I entered fatigue. I don't even know what things in this game do. This game is interesting to me because there are like 3 or 4 different mini games you're playing. You're playing an economy game. So like right now, do I roll for 1 gold? Because I have things to sell and I could use space, and I would actually get a benefit from putting this in, this in, this in. This, I get a benefit. I don't really have stuff to sell because I need to replace this. Basically, what are the chances I see something useful? Let's look. So that is useful. This one is actually amazing. It's super expensive. It's been nerfed twice and it's still good. Every 4.7 seconds, remove 1 buff of each type from your opponent. There are a lot of opponents right now that just gain stupid amounts of buffs, and this eats them. And it benefits from the heat so much. So that's 11 gold reserved. Luckily, they've boosted the gold that we get quite a bit. The problem is, I don't have space. So, do I ever think this shell is going in? Not realistically. If it's not going in, even though I only get a little bit of benefit from this and this, I think it's better to buy the bag. I get to see an extra item, and I don't think the shells do much. This is just a way better item. So now, oh, I could make 2 bags of sand, but then I don't get to use my stones. This would like to go see this Shelly, but I don't care that much. Everything else is pretty important. I don't think I get to do that. Okay. That's like the least important part of the whole build. This one wants to turn sideways so that it can see this. That's it. Start the battle. Next turn, where to put Mrs. Struggles is a little bit complicated because she wants to see 2 dark items because I own 2 dark items. She wants to be sped up. It's not that complicated. The main thing is she goes over by Mr. Struggles, I think. So we're gaining a bunch of max HP. We're frosting the enemy, which means we're slowing them down by 110%. 3.88 second cooldown, 2.86 second cooldown. They never gain enough armor for this. I did gain enough armor to drink my potion, drank this potion, and my stamina is going down over time. I'm not debuffing myself as much as we're debuffing them. Gaining a little bit of heat, a little bit of empower. This one wants to go here. So this is the complicated one in my mind. The reason it's complicated is it really wants me to have a bag right here so that I can put this one. Ow. That's a good question. It wants to go like this. I don't think cards are good, but I can look for free. Not a card that I particularly want. I think I'm just selling this, but as long as it's not in the bag, I should take this out too. Could go for gems, but we don't have open. I have 1 open gem slot. It is economy though. Blueberry. Blueberry could speed up these. I'm gonna buy the blueberry. I'm gonna buy the gem box, but I plan on selling them right back. I do want that oil lamp because it's 2 heat. It enhances a weapon. It gives you accuracy. It's not amazing, but it's something. So I don't need the box of riches. I can't fit it anyways. We don't need gems too much. Boots are surprisingly good. They give defense, they give luck, which I could use a little bit of luck, especially if I get the giraffe that can turn the luck into heat. They give him power, which is good with all these weapons. Most of all, I need space. Do I ever just ditch that dagger? I don't think so. That's not the space that I was looking for, but it's greater than 0 space. Is it greater than 0? It's barely greater than 0 space. So right now, would I sell something to get that? The blueberry is actually a little bit tempting. Oh, it can make me get the struggles to fit where it needs to. Right, I can already just move that over. This one goes over here. She is getting the 2 stars she wants. This is getting the 2 stars it wants. This is speeding up this and this. I do want this. I want to put in the sand, I think. All right. Blueberry would speed up. Could speed up this garlic. Garlic is activating Goobert, and it gives me a little bit of block. The sand gives them blind. Sand can screw up an opponent. 5% speed is massive. Or 5% accuracy. We already have 3 blind, 4 blind, 5 blind, going from 5 to 6. I'm gonna do that. I just need more space. This amulet, the main thing it could be is a healing amulet at this point. Spikes don't work well if you're slowing the enemy down. We are slowing the enemy down. They don't look that scary. They have 4 regen to feed that sword. 4 regen. Sword converts the regen into spikes and vamp, and it does damage. But not if I remove all of their buffs, which is what this one does. Misses struggles. So we frost them, we remove their buffs, I build up my own buffs. Easy game. I got one comment asking me how I'm playing so many rounds. After you win 10 of them, it gives you the option to go all the way to 18 rounds, or you can just take the 13 points. But I would rather try to get 26 points, especially at easier difficulties. Crap. This potion's pretty amazing. Cleanses debuffs. I do debuff myself. And it speeds up Shelly. The problem is it wants to go right here, and it takes up space. Draconic Orb gives you crits, which is good if you have a single weapon. I don't have a single weapon. Sand. We know sand is amazing. Is it worth 2 gold when I don't have space? I'm going to say no, but it is amazing. Alright, so I'm going to take out this before I roll. Could take out struggles, too. I'm going to take out struggles. I just wanted this space. I kind of want this dark amulet. Questionable. Every 3 seconds, inflict fatigue. So I could speed up the snow sticks. Could speed up the Shelly because the Shelly's pretty slow. I want to get this potion right here. It's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be very difficult. Think about this. I don't know if those stones are that important to me. If they're not that important, then I don't have to be speeding them up. That simplifies my life quite a bit. Does it? Maybe it does. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. So now I'm speeding up Mr. Struggles, which does fatigue damage, which is decent. And then we're trying to get this potion over here. I feel like I'm going to have to pause and mess with things again. I can do that. Maybe I don't have to pause. So really, I just need to scoot this bag up slightly. Put this bag right here. Put this one back. That one there. This one here. Swap these. Put that there. Shelly has 3 stars, 90% increased speed. Could double drink this potion, but I don't even know if I'll hit. I should hit 10 debuffs. We'll see. So this one is not as good as this one. I do have a dagger. So with the dagger, I could light a coal. There's also this purple gem. The main reason I want the purple gem is this one goes 10% faster for each dark item. This one inflicts fatigue damage. Every time you inflict fatigue damage, it increases by 1. This inflicts fatigue damage every 4.3 seconds. And it's a dark star for this. So it wants to go right there, but it's very expensive. And I don't have... Oh, I could move it over there. Okay, so I could give up either Blueberry Flame. Yeah, I could do that. Blueberry Flame. Buy this. And it works as a star for False Life. So False Life now heals me for 22 damage every 7 seconds. Sped up by heat, though. Good stuff. Start the battle. Overall, just a strong build. Against another strong build, but they don't have much mana. So this thing wants 11 mana every time the pan swings. Scary build, but if I could get frost on them, they're cleansing the frost using carrots and chilies. Crap, I can't get frost on them. I think they won. Which is weird. Fatigue could kill them. They don't do damage. Yeah, but they're healing so much. Close build. They won. I was doing way more damage. They just have way more healing. They also have the Turbo Shelly. The big problem is they were removing the frost and building up their own heat. I was not building up my own heat. Only Shelly was. This is where if I had that one giraffe and a little bit of luck, I could have beat these ones. But instead, they out-healed me by a ton. They probably... No, they did not out-damage me. Oh, fatigue did all of my damage. Or most of it. Snow sticks. With the Empower, snow sticks were actually doing some damage. Stones did some damage. I did 1,400 damage. 51.1 per second. Not bad. Problem is that healing. And they heal because the leaf is broken. Shelly, their Shelly, because they have more heat to speed it up, their Shelly healed over twice as much as mine. The main thing, they needed mana. Because this leaf, every time you use 5 mana, you heal for 15. Oh, and it cleanses debuffs. That's what was cleansing the frost. This uses 11 mana. So every time this uses 11 mana, they heal for 30. And they cleanse 4 debuffs. And these ones cleanse, this one cleanses. This one cleanses, this one cleanses. They just have so much debuff cleansing. This stops me from gaining buffs. This build is really strong against me. That and then an anti-frost build would be the 2 strongest builds against me. Could buy this just as another potion for Shelly, but it's difficult to get the 4th star. It is on sale though. I'm going to take out this flame item. I'm going to take out... I don't know if I take out struggles. It would have helped me to have 2 misses. But it's expensive and I don't have space. Take it out. Alright, I hate this. This bag does not fit well. I need the space, but it doesn't fit well. Lightsaber is a weapon that works with blind. Does extra damage for each blind. And it uses regen to give temporary blind. 6 seconds is a long time. But not what I'm looking for. And it's... Oh, but I could make Darksaber. Darksaber uses mana to inflict blind, and it does more damage for each debuff. The main thing is fitting this bag. To do that, I don't see how to do that. It really wants me to have other bags. I don't think I'm buying this at full price. It just doesn't fit well. I could technically make it fit if I switched up the potion bag, scooted everything over it. No. Reroll. Crap. Crap, crap, crap. Do I still have stamina problems? So this one is really good. I feel like I have to solve this. With the Amulet of Steel, it's just a lot of defense. No. Buy the boots. This is what I was looking for. All right. So now that I've got that, is it actually good? I don't know. Something. What I was looking for. Where am I putting it? I'm definitely taking it. I don't need this potion unless I see a good 4-potion setup. There's also Crown. Crown is a quick activator. It's very expensive, but it's half price. Uses mana. Right now, nothing I have uses mana. The only negative to this is when it uses the mana, Blueberry does not make luck. In general, it's a decent item. I don't know if decent is good enough. I'm going to lean towards it's not good enough. Kind of want to get my potions into the second potion bag, but it's not a priority. I have enough weapons that the boots are actually pretty good, and they were on sale. Stone doesn't do anything, but I can sell it back. Now, I would take a Mrs. Struggles in place of these boots. What else would I do? Take out the flame. It's like the worst possible space for me. But it does give defense at the start. Is there anything I could do with mana? No. Spike Whip takes up too much space. And we just don't need it. Gloves are kind of interesting. But not that interesting. Too much space. Just make more heat. Wait, if I want more heat, I do think I should switch this. Yeah. Do it. I do want the heat. I do want the healing. I think it's very good. This doesn't look that scary. Good. They're gonna have stamina problems, I think. Well, no, they won't because I'm slowing them down so much they'll never have stamina problems. They also just won't do anything, which is good for me. This one does remove damage from the weapons. And I have a bunch of weapons for it to remove damage from. So this one actually would counter me. It's just that it has a 3.49 second cooldown. They do have a lot of accuracy because of this oil lamp. Still, they have a lot of accuracy on everything. Oh, I'm not blinding them. They're blinding me. Because they have corrupted armor, which cleanses the debuffs and inflicts them back on me. Ideally, I should have a corrupted armor. Instead, I have a bunch of weapons, which is kind of weird. Steel Goobert and weapons is not the way to build this. This is the way to build this. Oh, it's so expensive. It takes up so much space, but it's correct. It's a 2.2 second cooldown, so I can use that as my activator. And I want to make it into that purple armor that I just saw that opponent had. Corrupted armor with the purple crystal. Cool. It's getting sped up. All it does is cleanse poison though, which is worthless. But it becomes really good next round. It's just, is it worth giving up a round? It's not exactly giving up a round. It also triggers this. It gives defense. It's kind of giving up a round. Start the battle because even if I roll, I can't really afford a bag. I could. All right. Do I keep the garlic? I just found 4 space. There's a chili. this one. Alright. That, sand. Do not make Sir Sand unless I see another bag of stones. Or unless I was going to switch out of that Goobert. Goobert seems alright. Do I still have stamina problems? I just gained 1 max stamina. I do have this potion, which can double drink. And we have relic case. Maybe I don't have stamina problems. I'm going to get rid of this star for right now. Start the battle. Let's watch stamina. Oh no, they have 3 shields, so I do have stamina problems. Wait, even with 3 shields, maybe I don't? No, I do. About to honk. There was my honk. We're slowing them down. Turtle's already super slow. 25 seconds. That turtle is not going off again. It did get to go off once. That's it for the turtle. By the end of the fight, turtle was a 30-second cooldown, and they were gaining frost quick enough that that turtle was never going to go off again. Jelly, never going to go off, 22.44. It was close to going off. It was like almost at the top. This, 6.21. So all of them just slow down so much. This steals buffs, which is good for them, but not if they get slowed to a crawl. Cool. All right, we're going to get the space. We're slowly getting the space. This one. Star holy items gain darkness. So suddenly that shell that I had earlier would become a darkness item. So now I kind of regret selling it. This one wants to go like this. Then this one wants to go like this. This one, for every darkness item, there's a 10% chance to... reading is hard. 10% chance for each darkness item to protect debuffs on your opponent from being cleansed, which is amazing for me. I do kind of want this giraffe, even though it does almost nothing unless we get to 10 mana. 1, it could work with this. 2, it does work with this. 3, I kind of have space for it, kind of. Boots. Oh, I could make winged boots. I don't think winged boots are good just because I'm getting value out of this potion. Winged boots. Health drops below 70%, gain and empower, cleanse 20 debuffs, and dodge the next 3 ranged or melee attacks, which can be amazing. Depends on the opponent, and it takes up 3 space instead of 2. But it's 2 and 2. Kind of saves you space, kind of doesn't. But right now, Shelly. Shelly's doing things. Roll. Heart container on sale. So if I would have taken out this flame badge before I rolled, I wouldn't have seen this draconic. And I don't want that draconic. I do kind of want the heart container, but I can't fit it. Wish I could. Anything to consider. I could consider rolling to look for space. We should see space at the start of next turn. Round 15, there are 3 more to go. There are 4 more, because there's 15 and then 3 more. We have 4 hearts, so we're going all the way to the end. This build is a weird one. I don't know what to think of this one yet, but as long as we can put the frost on them, it doesn't matter. They don't gain much luck, so that means the blind is screwing them up. As I frost them, I remove more and more of their buffs quicker than they get to add them. So now their accuracy is 40% and they go super slow. This golem, 17.6 second cooldown. Love to see it. They never lit up its eyes because I was taking their regen. They get regen from this, but not enough. They also get regen from this. They get everything from this until they get enough buffs, but they never get enough buffs. Sweet. The cat. Cat is weird. Speeds up this, does not speed up this, does not speed up this. Does not speed up Shelly. This armor is a 2.4 second cooldown. It's also just kind of difficult. Oh, but it's also a darkness item if it's touching the armor. The big question is, can I get it to 40? The answer is probably yes, but it would be a little bit tricky. It would be very tricky. 32. 35. It wouldn't be that tricky. I would just also have to buy this, but that's an expensive item. Could buy the Darkness Crystal, but that only gets me to 39. I really want what? Prismatic is decent. It's not, it's expensive. I could just buy a Corrupted Crystal. I plan on buying the Corrupted Crystal. The cat is on sale. I mean, I'm always buying it if it's on sale. It's just that I really want its stars to light up. To get its stars to light up, we can do this. I can figure this out. I would also like it to be a darkness star for me. But I'm putting all of my valuable things up by the cat to try and make it happy. 35. Wait, 35 is kind of close. So now I'm off by 6. This is a 5 gold item. We're up to 40. We need it to be worth 41. Another darkness amulet would do it. This is worth 6. This potion would do it. Potion is also holy. So I would have to go like that. What? 36. Weird. That would get me to 43, but I lose a star on this, and I'm screwing up a potion. Oh, what is Sir Sand worth? Sir Sand. That gets you to 41. That gets you to 42. Boots are worth more. Problem is, I'm not getting as many stars as I would like. To get another star, all this is speeding up is this armor and this one. Oh no, it's also speeding up False Life. Weird. This darkness. So I could switch this. No, I can't. I can switch the boots, but that doesn't help me. One of the main things, this also gives 85 armor, which is 2 triggers of this, which does give me some damage. I always want this bag. Kind of want that darkness potion. Could make the darkness potion into the super darkness potion. That's only helpful against builds that aren't anti-debuff, though. I'm already pretty strong against those builds. I really want to put this right here, but that means I'm going to have to figure out this potion bag, which is doable. So now I'm only missing 2 total space. We're speeding up a lot of good items. The giraffe is supposed to go like this. Having a better chance of the opponent not being able to cleanse their debuffs would be massive, but can't really do it. I'm trying to get my foods to touch. To get the foods to touch, I'm going to move them over here. So now, I have 3 items in the box, but there's only 2 space remaining. So one of these items does not ever make sense to have. It's never going back out there. Prismatic Orb is a way to spend some money, because I do have 2 more rounds, and there's only so much I can buy. It's not that great. It would increase my healing. It's an easy way to make the cat happy. It would be an extra star on this. I think I'm going to reserve it. Weird. Okay. Start the battle. Prismatic Orb does not do that much for me. Mainly just using it as a really expensive star for this. Frost. Tons of frost. Little bit of blind. Mr. Black. Love to see it. So they're being slowed down by 200%. The 6 is getting canceled out by heat. 200%. 8.8 second cooldown. They don't have any long cooldowns. Cool. This one. So that kind of screws with the idea of buying this. Unless I sell stuff, 21 gold total, and we have plenty of stuff I could sell. Kind of want this bag. But it's a pain to fit. Too bad on that bag. I have boots I can sell. I think I am buying that prismatic. I'm guessing star never goes back in. The flames probably don't go in. This goes right here. This goes right here. Now, this can go somewhere else if it needs to. Because the cat is happy. Where? Ideally, this would go vertical. But that screws with the dagger. I could fix the dagger if I scoot it down, put this like this. It makes more room for more darkness. This one could go... Ow. So if I move this right here... This is a 3-star, this is a 3-star, this is not good. Ooh. That's kind of overkill. I'm removing a lot of their buffs, but that's pretty strong. 3-star, 3-star, 6-star. 1, 2, 3, 4-star. Double drink the potion. Stoned is doing things. Blind. We have a good amount of blind. We have a little bit of heat. Boots never fit. Take out this. I can take this out or I can leave it in. I don't really need another Mrs. Struggles. She's nice, but it's overkill. So if I buy that one, which I'm going to do... Am I also buying another sand? Probably. So to buy that, I would need 3 space. I'm getting rid of an armor bag to fit it, at least currently. But that means I would have space. Oh, I have a giraffe. Giraffe means that the blueberry has to stay in. Also, this garlic is not doing much for me. Huh. Weird. Alright, thought process is buy this next turn. Which means buy the sand right now. Start the battle. No, it's another pan. And this time they have mana. No chance. Unless we can slow them. Wait. They... For whatever reason, they got slowed before they hit 11 mana. They're not hitting 11 mana. Their mana orbs aren't set up right. They don't know how to build it. It's beautiful. So this one is so much stronger than the last one. But they're set up wrong. Luckily. So they never reach 10 mana. They have anti-buff gain. So they're stopping me from gaining heat. They're stopping me from gaining empower. They have anti-healing, so they're stopping me from healing and gaining max HP. Not completely, but 56% of the way. They're removing my healing. They have increased healing. Tons of increased healing. They have 2 Shellys. They have full stars, so they have plenty of mana at the start of the battle. But their problem is, every time they swing this, they can only get to 10 mana because they don't activate this orb or this orb. They kind of do, though. Are they using their mana? Weird. This one is also... So it's giving mana, but they're slowed down so much this just isn't going off? I'm taking their mana with Mrs. Struggles. That's what's going on. So their healing is way less than last time. Okay, mana. They just needed to go a little bit quicker. Right at the start, they get 16 mana. Bam, they're set. All they have to do is swing. And then, used mana, only 33. So 3 times they had 11 mana. Right at the start, and then after that, they were so slow that I got to steal their mana. How do I see how much I removed? Mana. So we gained 7. I never even reached 10, so I never make the giraffe happy, so I never print heat. But, I removed 13 mana. 14. Which screws up their day. So they never get to use theirs. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So, this item just won me that round. And there's another one here, and it fits pretty well right there. Do it. This item. So now, Toad. Toad gets you mana and luck. The nice thing about getting luck is it works really well with this giraffe. That cat would not be happy if it was in the corner like that. What if... Hey, happy cat. So my thought is, if I move this up here, Toad wants to see things that use buffs. This uses buffs. Problems. Toad is expensive. Yeah, but that's worth it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Toad. So now I have 2 ways to gain luck, in theory, and this can get me the mana, which gets me the blueberry to start making luck. And then, this does more than just act as a purple star and value for the cat. It starts to make heat. Which kind of makes me want this heat even more than the blind. Tough call. I'm going to say the blind is better. We'll start getting heat. One thing I could do is put a flame in place of this amulet, because the amulet could go into something else. But the amulet is good right there. Think we're good. Full build. Ooh, this. So in theory, this is actually amazing. Normally, if you have 4 flames sitting here, 4 flames take up 4 space. You sell 4 of them and then get 1 more gold, and a dragon egg is just 4 flames, but he also reflects 3 debuffs. So if it's on sale, it's amazing. I'm just trying to think. It might be better than an oil lamp. Oil lamp sells for 4. So you sell an oil lamp, you sell a flame. Could also just get rid of the dagger, assuming I don't actually care about that damage. I would need space. So it would be dagger plus oil lamp. Yeah, but the oil lamp gives a benefit. It would have to be giving up a sand. It's kind of worth it because of the reflect 3 debuffs. It is kind of worth it. I don't care about the dagger. Dagger's gone. I do care about the heat, but not that much. So what I want is what? I want to get rid of 3 more items? Of 3 more gold. Wait. Why did I think that dagger, it sold for 2? I don't want to get rid of 3 items. I just want to get rid of 2 items. It's painful. Alright, so we're getting rid of 3 items, which feels questionable. What if I could get rid of something else? What? I want that dragon egg. That's it. So now we can reflect more of the frost. Take this out. This one. After 5 seconds, gain 2 heat and cleanse 3 debuffs. It's kind of better than a flame anyways. Alright, start the battle. I feel good about this. And we're up against our mirror matchup, except they didn't do the weird Steel Goobert weapon thing. They just did the same 3 misses struggles. They have the 2 purple caps, which gives them a huge advantage. They're blinded more than me, which gives them a huge disadvantage. They don't do damage, which might give them a disadvantage. They don't gain armor. But the big thing is just who puts more frost on who. The advantage I have is that I have the heat and I have a giraffe. They also have a giraffe, and they also have a toad. It's just a question of who does the cold. Is this on hit? On hit. So, because they don't have on hit, or because they can't hit me because they're being blinded, 30% accuracy. They may not put as much. It looks like they're going to win because of Snowcake. They got 2. Oh, they have unique. This is the main thing that's going to win it for them. Inflict frost. And they do extra effect damage. I do have more HP and more armor though. And I have a purple crystal and they don't. They do. Theirs is in their armor. So I'm doing more fatigue damage. So even though we're equal on frost, they're going to start frosting me more. They would pull ahead right now. But I'm doing more damage to them, so they're going to die first. If this went on long enough, they would win. Except they wouldn't, because the fatigue is going up faster for them. Because they only have a struggles, I have a struggles, and I have a fatigue. Corrupted crystal. All they needed to do was pull out this corrupted crystal. Now I have more blind on me. I'm going to fall further and further behind, but they're already dead. So it doesn't matter. Perfect. Their build feels so much stronger than mine. They have 2 Sursands. They have 2 Shellys, right? Shelly is a holy item. They have Snowcake, which is amazing. They have this. On hit, inflict 3 frost, and this weapon does an extra frost. If they could have put a bag of stones under this, then they would be putting so much frost on me. They have more stars. They have 2 extra stars over me. But they lose. And they have By the Holy Light, which speeds up these Shellys. God, now they're 24-second cooldowns. But still, speeds them up by 40%, which is wild. I don't know how they lost. Just the start of the battle, they got screwed up. Why did they get screwed up? This removes my luck too, and this removing my luck means that my giraffe never gets to print my heat. They're removing my buffs, which this also removes my luck. Weird. I'm amazed that I won that. 32-second fight that I thought I lost for sure. That's it. Survival bonus. Plus 24, still in gold, but we're getting closer to platinum. 88 gold. And for whatever reason, they decided that when you rank up, they're going to give you 10 points, which is stupid, but it does mean that you, go up an extra amount when I hit platinum. I don't like that kind of, randomness. I wish that just instead of that, when the season reset, when they did 1.0 release, just only knock people down, if I was master, knock me down to platinum instead of all the way down to bronze. A lot of these are about to class up. This one, I'll go up and then back down. But this one, I'll hit gold soon. Gold soon. Already gold. We'll hit plat. We'll hit gold. Could go to history, see how this matches up. I think this wins. Like, what rank are we? We're in gold. I think this wins 9 out of 10. In gold. In high rank, I think this would get destroyed. So they have lots of invulnerability, which doesn't really scare me. And it only goes off if they can get the mana, but they can't get the mana because I have 3 misses struggles. 1 win. So we're looking for enemies that have cold resist, which either means basically Crook or Berserker Boots. 2 wins. If they don't cleanse the frost, then they're dead. 3 wins. They do have a purple cap at least. Purple cap helps them, but not enough. They don't cleanse the frost. Tractor Tom, 3 wins. Think that's 4 wins, but heat is scary. That's a lot of these. They have 1 weapon. They have a blind Goobert. They're blinding themselves a bit. Because they put the blind on me, I put it back on them. 4 wins. Blind Goobert is a lot of healing. 22 healing. This is also a lot of healing. 5 wins. Spike Wall doesn't work super well against me. They are getting heat, but not enough heat. They're doing spike things. Spike things just generally don't work well against this. This is a character that could beat me, though. Berserker Boots, if they had them, would be anti-frost. 5 wins. Rice-A-Roni. The San Francisco Treat. Lots of amp. Ooh. If they can use their stamina, which they can't because they're being slowed down, then this would gain lots of damage. Instead, they're just going to miss a lot. And never use their stamina, never drink their potions. 6 wins. Seven wins, but they gain lots of max HP, which is kind of cool. They have lots of mana. 522 HP. They gain HP until they get slowed down, and then they 983 max HP. Big heal from the Badger. And they're dead. Was that 7? 7 wins. Kind of fun. 8 wins. They do have the purple cap. That's it. They have this armor. This build is stupid. It's not even that well done right here. I should not have a Goobert. I should not be building around Steel Amulet. 8 wins. 9 wins. They're a defense. Oh, wait. 20% frost resist. 40% frost resist. 60% frost resist. When they get to half health, they're going to go super defensive. And they're removing 60% of the frost that I put on before I even put it on. But they're still dead. But they were the closest one. If they had one more pair of boots, they might have had me. Not really, though, because we still would have had Mrs. Struggles to remove all of their buffs. And I was gaining heat because they didn't remove my luck. So the giraffe was going crazy. Good job, giraffe. 9 wins. 10 for 10. Love to see it. So did they even activate their Mega Clover? I'm not sure. I'll need to check that. If they have 15 luck right at the start, this thing gives a bunch of buffs and is pretty strong. But if they were short of 15, it looks like they have 15. They had to have had 15. Let's go to 0 seconds. See what happened. 14, 15, so it did go off. So when that goes off, it got them a bunch of stuff. But then we start removing all of those buffs anyways. They also remove their own luck. But Mrs. Struggles, having 3 of them, removes all of their buffs. And cooldown 3.5 seconds. 15.4 seconds. 8.75. So they should really have this obsidian facing this sword. It doesn't matter too much because they don't gain a lot of heat, but getting crits is massive. Right now, this has 21% crit chance. This one, every time you gain 5 heat, it would give a crit to this weapon. You gain 5 heat right off the bat. You gain another 5 heat if this goes off twice, because you already had 6 heat. This, when it eats spikes, gives heat. Technically, they could have got 3 or 4, whatever, crits. This is doing absolutely nothing. No, it gives 5 heat, which is another crit. But it's mostly doing nothing. Weird build. They're not set up well. But that's mean, we're in gold, you can't expect much. So I really need to get ranked up to where I should be, which is... which one? This one. I should be in high diamond, and then I would be running into builds that are like as strong as me. This is like middle of the road for diamond. Kind of strong build, but not that strong. Alright, that is gonna do it for this episode. Let me know in the comments if that was way too slow, too much explaining, too... I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, basically. I could do like half as much explaining of my thought process. I could do more, I could do less, I can do whatever. Alright, for real, thanks for watching. Have a good one.